Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, we have a fantastic 2025 launch from Zenith. It's the Defy Extreme Diver Shadow. So it's the Defy Extreme Diver with this cool blackened microblasted titanium finish. It is not a vintage watch. There is an A3648 Shadow, but this is designed to be the maximum strength modern day Zenith diver with a little bit of that circa 1969 Defy form factor. It's not a massive watch, although it is fairly large at 42.5 millimeters in diameter. We'll take a quick look at its size, 15.7 millimeters thick for just measuring the case. 47.5 millimeters lug-to-lug. If we measure the first link on each side, total distance across the wrist is 55 millimeters across the wrist. But don't be scared. It's light and easy to wear. And you can see on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters circumference, it's large and prominent the way an instrument-style watch should be. It's highly legible, but it's nicely fit. It contours around the wrist. So I believe if your wrist is my size or larger, 16 centimeters circumference and up, game on. It's not as thick as some dive watches are, so you should have a fighting chance with the dress shirt and certainly all jacket cuffs. Taking a look down the barrel, you get a better look at the watch, and then over the top. The watch comes with 3 different bands. One is this bracelet. The other is a large neon yellow textile strap that's exceptionally long and can be used over a dive suit. And then there is a textile and rubber strap in black. The textile strap comes with a pin buckle. The rubber strap comes with a folding clasp. So you actually get 3 different clasps with this watch. Why? Well, it's because there is a quick release system, a push button under the lug that allows you to easily and quickly remove any of the bands that go on the watch. It's easy to replace them too. It works sort of like the seatbelt buckle of a car. Taking a look at the clasp itself, there's a twin trigger release system, and so it can't pop open inadvertently. Zenith logo externally. You can see we have removable links here fixed by screws, and we do have some intermediate size links in case you find yourself in between sizes. You can fine tune the fit. We have crown guards fixed by hex screws, which is nice because they can be replaced if they get gouged. We have that distinctive faceted Defy case, 600 meters water resistant with Zenith's math, considerably better than most brands. And then we have a helium escape valve for saturation divers who need to evacuate helium from the case during their single long decompression. So if you are a saturation diver, you know you won't blow out your crystals or seals. It will release any inert gases that enter the case when internal pressure exceeds external by about 2 to 3 bar. We have a 120 click bezel, which is made of ceramic. It's a nice refined feel to it. A subtle detent, but a clear one. We'll do a lume shot now. And you can see that this is a dramatically lumed bezel. The whole bezel is luminescent every 5 minutes, and the bezel index and the minute hand are both blue, so you can read them relative to each other at a glance, which is important when every second counts and you're diving. You can also see that the seconds hand is luminescent. Every dive watch should have that. For some reason, not every dive watch has that. I think it's safer to know if your dive timer is running. Now we have a faceted bezel. I believe it's a 14-sided bezel, and then you can see a corresponding faceting inboard, and then we've got a combination of the starry sky motif stamped into the dial and polished applique indices. We have dramatic large-scale hands, a Zenith star counterweight, because the star is the logo of the company. And it's an El Primero in the sense that it features a high-beat escapement. Not a chronograph, obviously, but it is the 3620, which is based on the 3600 series, second generation El Primero. So automatic winding, 36,000 vibrations per hour, 10 beats per second, characterized by a smoother sweeping seconds hand. You got the 60-hour power reserve. You have a hacking seconds function. We also have a quick set date that allows you to rapidly cycle the date. It is a 35 joule movement. You can see it through the case back. It features a unlubricated full silicone escapement, which you can see right here, that helps to reduce oscillating mass, reduce the need for lubrication, reduce the susceptibility to magnetism, though it's not quite a silicone hairspring. They don't go that far. And you can see that the spokes of the escape wheel are actually the Zenith Star logo, but it's both anchor and escape wheel for the full silicone escapement. And then you can see the characteristic eccentric screw fine adjustment mechanism featured on many El Primero movements through the years. And you can also appreciate, pardon me, this is a 27 joule version. The 35 joule is the full chronograph El Primero. This was a 27 joule. And it is full grayscale. We have satin, we have media blast, we have a few small polished elements, but not many. And then you can see solarization on the barrel cover. It is a good-looking movement and properly fills this case back. A big watch that wears large but not heavy. The titanium mitigates the size. It doesn't feel big, eyes closed, but it's got that large visual signature that you want on a watch that is designed for a business where legibility is at a premium. So if you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.